Welcome, creative friends. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made my raised flooring. Now, I did make a foil pattern very early when I first started the house, and I'm putting 2 layers of cardboard going different directions so it won't bend and give it stability. Put some weights on it after I glued them together with some PVA glue. Now that I finished, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is where fireplace is, a table, a fire pit. There's going to be an opening and lights, and that's the fire pit all around. And here I want to put 2 posts like trunks or tree trunks or something that will be holding the roof on the top, or the next ceiling for the next floor. And I'm going to be using craft sticks. I'm going to be gluing 2 of them together to raise the floor and have a runway for my wires, my lights. And if you only have stir sticks, I think if you put 4 together, then it'll be okay. I'm just cutting out the openings that I need and trying to figure out where I need to put my craft sticks and glue them. You see, I put the arrows to show me exactly where my lighting has to go. I clamped them together until they dried. Here, I'm preparing the base for my posts. I'm going to be using some masking tape and 2 rolls from the doggy bag rolls. Plastic that comes with them. I'm gonna do for both sides. And I glued them in with hot glue so they won't move. Now I brought Jasmine in so I can see how tall she is and where I need to place my lamps or my lights. So I've decided that this is then a good height, and I'm just measuring to get the same height on the other pole. Now I need to make an opening there for the lights to come out, and I'm using my wood burning pen. You can use a soldering gun also if you don't have one of these. And now comes the fun part, putting in the lights. I'm going to be using these fairy lights, and I'm really hoping that they're long enough, because I didn't really measure. I'm just eyeing it. I'm pulling it out from the back of the chimney, the front of the house, and now I'm trying to figure out if my arrows were correct or not. And you will see me making a small boo-boo, but I was able to fix that quickly. And I'm going to be using my needle nose pliers or tweezers to pull out my lights. And this is my mistake. I said, okay, 3 lights is enough, leave them there, and let's continue. And then I came to the fire pit, and I'm like, okay, how's this gonna work? Nope. That does not work. I don't have enough to go to the second light, or post. Anyway, so I had to pull it all the way out and then return it back inside again, going downwards. And that seemed to fix my issue. I decided on 2 lights would be enough. And I'm just rolling them to secure them so they won't pop out while I'm pulling the rest of the lights, and I think it's even better to put some masking tape there, keep them in place. And then I continued on, got to where I want to make my fire pit, decided on having 4 lights there. Put some masking tape to secure them. And go up the last one. And wouldn't you know, 2 lights are left. It's as if I planned it, you know? I was just joking when I said I didn't know. Yeah, I was lucky with this one. And I noticed that my chimney was now too low and too small, so I had to make the opening a lot bigger, painted it black from the inside, and then I'm using some aluminum tape, so when I do open the lights inside the chimney, I'll have a surface that will reflect it. Now I'm pulling out the other lights, which, if you remember the mushrooms, I had extra lights when I made the mushrooms in the front of the house. That's the rest of it. And I just pulled it through the doggy poopy roll, and ooh la la, all my lights work. It looks perfect. Now it's time to glue it. So I'm going to be using some wood glue just to make sure that it stays in place and never moves. I'm trying to figure out how to put it back. Turn, twist, here, there. Okay, got it. And I'm going to be adding some weight until it dries in place. Now after that is the video that was before this video, which when I started placing my ash stones. So I'm painting it black for a base to put my ash stones. And then I noticed, no, it's still empty. The flooring that I made, there's this little piece here that I really didn't like, and I decided to fill it up and raise it. So I'm making a pattern with some scraps of foil. This time I'm gluing them directly on the floor, my craft sticks. And my mistake, after I cut it, I only cut 1 layer. I didn't cut 2 layers of cardboard, forgetting that the main base had 2 layers. Well, I had to fix that. Anyway, I'm putting glue everywhere just so I can get a very secure fit. And after I put it in, I noticed, oops, now I need the second cardboard. So I'm checking to see if this is the right thickness. Yes, so I get a second one and I glued it on top of that one. And I really didn't like that I had openings here and there, you know, I couldn't get the cardboard properly everywhere. So I'm filling it up with hot glue on the low setting so I don't burn my fingers. And I'm using water to protect my finger. If you dip your finger in water, hot glue will not stick to it. And now this little piece also between the 2 cardboards, I wanted to really remove any edging that showed that they were 2 pieces. But then, well, oops, the glue that I squished made a little lip. So I'm melting it with my heat gun and then just rubbing them off So I have glue between the two cardboards, and now I'm just removing the top layer. And I painted it and it looks great. Here I'm using cold porcelain to cover my rolls, which were the base of my posts. And I'm not using the batch that I made because that one finished. So I had an old batch that I made, cold porcelain recipe from the internet, and this one does not have any toilet paper. My mistake, I wish I never used it and just went and made a new batch, because when I came back from the cabins, it was all cracked up. Now I have to fix all the cracks. And after I finished all of this, then I started putting in my ash stones, which, if you saw my previous video, how I made them. Here I'm just trying to figure out exactly how big I want to make my fire pit and line it out so I don't put any ash stones on top of it. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.